Side Hustle podcast preview is being brought to you by The Best Restoration. You guys, we all know that due to the impact of COVID-19, that deeply cleaned and highly sanitized businesses are the new norm. You know your customers are going to want to walk into a business they know is safe. Make sure you call The Best Restoration, and let them help you keep your business top notch. These guys can handle it all. They can do water extraction and restoration, mold remediation, area rug cleaning, air ducts cleaning, carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, carpet repairs. They have carpet protected services, upholstery cleaning services, fire damage restoration, and so much more. Be sure to give them a shout at 352-505-3321 or visit them at thebestrestoration.com. You guys, on Monday, we've got a great episode with Mike Palmer, founder and CEO of the Not Climbing Gym. He is here for episode 168. Mike, what did you think of tonight's show, man?
Man, that was great. I am still impressed by you getting through these intros.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You know, like I said, it only takes 168 episodes to figure it out, but you finally get there. So I wanted to change it up. Sometimes I like to throw in like a clip of the episode coming up on Monday, but I actually wanted to ask you a couple questions kind of just related to Gainesville, okay?
Sure.
So, like, what's your favorite restaurant in Gainesville?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with anything at the 4th Ave Food Park.
Okay.
So that's kind of like, let me answer your question with like 5 answers. Yeah.
Dude, that place is so cool, though.
I live right by there.
Tim and Brett Larson have done a great job putting all that together.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really, really neat. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, definitely go check it out.
That's one of my favorite places in Gainesville. Just, flat out. I love that.
And Satch just recently got over there because he has Satch Squared now. Mm-hmm. So Satchel Ray from
Literally
Satchels.
had that for lunch today and yesterday. Yep.
Very, very cool. What's your, besides your business, right? What's your favorite thing about Gainesville?
I mean, it's outside of business, but I'd say, for me, I live downtown. I live right by Depot Park. I bike over to Depot Park. I go run around Depot Park. I mean, it's really the crown jewel of Gainesville. I love being able to be right there, kind of in the mix of everything. I'm a downtown Gainesville guy.
Yeah.
Hard. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I love it down there. So
awesome. And I mean, you guys, we dive into so much about Mike's business, this rock climbing gym that he quietly opened in February. That's doing amazing. It's an awesome episode. But, one of the questions I kind of want to ask you is like, what else could our city do to like really kind of help you in your company? Like, is there anything that you guys need, resources, or anything?
Yeah, to be honest, I think the thing that I'd love to see is just a little more potential access to new property. There's a lot of things going on within the city, and like there's a lot of really hardworking people that are in the city that are trying to get things done. I sometimes worry that Gainesville kind of gets in its own way when it comes to a lot of its bigger ideals and missions. And I don't know, a little worried about, just how things are going to go with the city. It seems like there's so much instability and so much kind of, everybody's got this and that and this and that, we tend not to be able to move forward because of all of that kind of stuff like that. I'd rather see it come together a little bit more versus everybody's kind of pushing against each other for things. Yeah.
Do you think a lot of the circumstances over this last year and a half have had a lot to do with that?
Oh man, huge. I think everybody's I think a lot of people that I've seen are people have been cooped up for now more than a year and don't know what to do with themselves, have been inside and don't have their same sort of outlets. And, I think a lot of people are getting a little too wrapped up in a lot of the social media stuff and not spending as much time just outside of it anymore that they used to. It's just too easy to just be at your house all day long, just scrolling or whatever, you're doom scrolling.
Yeah. sometimes it's just easy to get trapped on that hamster wheel. And finding your way off it sometimes is difficult.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But, I don't know. I think people will get over, be able to move forward, move past it. But I think it takes coming together as opposed to let's just keep, being upset with each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what's so great. I think, when I think about, what we're doing and building a community around this, and then, a lot of our discussion, tonight, just kind of hearing about your business, I could tell that there's a lot of this like integrated, this community aspect to what you guys do, right? And these little pockets of these little communities within a greater community might hopefully help with a lot of that, Yeah,
we really hope so. For us, that's, a big part of our mission, and trying to figure out how we get people into climbing who typically have been left out of that process is vitally important to us. I think a lot of people have been able to be left out of these fun type of sports through either where they get put or, stuff like that. Like, we've got a skate park on the west side of Gainesville. Why don't we have a skate park on the east side of Gainesville? Those type of things. Yeah. Those type of questions, but.
Cool. Well, appreciate you sharing that. And if you could get connected to any person, this is like one of my favorite questions that I used to ask all the time, and I haven't asked it in a while. If you could get connected to any person in the world, who would it be?
Wow. I have not thought about that at all. Huh.
Is there like a famous climber or anybody that you'd want to meet? Or?
Well, the funny thing is I've had a chance to meet a lot of famous climbers.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, I've had a chance to, through different climbing events and stuff like that.
5 minutes later.
Any like public figure or entrepreneur or anybody that you admire that?
I mean, there's just, I guess there's like tons of people. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've met so many people, so many random people that, and then obviously when you ask, I'm going to like draw a blank on it. Cause like, I don't know. I always, you always look up to these like big entrepreneurs and stuff like that. But a lot of those guys aren't really cool to look up to. And I don't really want to like, I like learning about them, but I don't necessarily want to meet them or hang out with them or get any like life advice or opinions from some of them, Do
you read a lot or anything?
Yeah.
Is there any like book that just like
So I'm reading Traction right now.
Traction?
Yeah, okay. Traction's a really good one. That one's one that I'm, we're just as now that we've kind of like got our business established, now we're really starting to work through that like, now we're up. So now we're working through all of the business goals with it and like kind of figuring out how we define our identity and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll leave it with a great book, Traction, because that had an impression on you. And
yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, if you come up with somebody you want to meet, you can message us. We'll throw it up on social media at some point.
Oh, you're gonna set me up with that meeting?
Well, that's the thing. I always tell people, I'm like, hey, if you like throw it out on the show and they like hear it by chance, you never know, it could happen. It's like throwing it out into the universe and like speaking it into existence. God works in mysterious ways sometimes. So.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
I'll touch base with that.
Well, you guys are in for a treat of an episode on Monday at 8 a.m. Definitely check it out. If you want to be notified when the episode drops, text WHOAGNV to 484848, and we'll let you know when it's out. Very cool business. I'm excited that we have a rock gym back in Gainesville, and I'm excited to see how Mike's business grows. So thanks again for coming on, man. It's a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you later. Bye.